I mean, when did he break in the league? 4 years ago, right? So for 4 years, you guys have sat at the skybox, and we've said, Elly De La Cruz, all tools down. If everything comes together, watch out.
MVP.
How close is he to that?
He needs to be Acuna. He needs to be that, that type of player. I mean, he certainly got it in there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
40 pumps, 70 bags, premium defense, and leading the Reds to a NL Central title.
If you're a Cincinnati Reds fan right now, you're like, here we go.
Yeah.
You're fired up that this guy's in your lineup every single day.
Is he doing some things different?
He's doing a lot of things different.
Really?
Let's run it really quick just to take a look at some of the things he does awesome right now, which makes him one of the best players. I mean, look right here. You got the WAR leader since the start of 2024. We already know this guy's a top 10 player in the game. Obviously, look at Judgy at 22.5. Real nice. You're bad, Judgy. But De La Cruz,
He's of De La Cruz.
Yeah, it's incredible. Crazy? But a 12.1, I mean, and I think his best baseball is still to come, and I think we're starting to see that. You can't teach experience as he's in the game, and more that he does, it's pretty impressive. But we know one thing. You watch this guy, and Shahadi said it best. When you're in the mention with Pete Rose already, and you're as young as this guy is, he hits from the right side, hits from the left side with power, steals bases. I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal, but plays great defense, too. Only getting better, too. I mean, listen, covers a ton of ground, has an absolute cannon, and just really, really impressive what he's doing this season, both sides of the plate. I mean, righty and lefty, and that's the one thing we're going to talk about in a second. What he's doing right-handed against some of these lefties that he usually hasn't done. But it's very, very impressive, man. Tools out, De La Cruz, and we've been saying all along, man, if this guy puts it all together, we're going to be talking about an MVP, and maybe it could be this year in Cincinnati with how well they're playing. Run this back to the beginning if you can. There's a couple things he's doing different from 26 and 25. Now, watching 25, one of the thought processes with Elly was, hey, listen, let's cut down on the strikeouts. Let's put the ball in play more. Use your speed. You still have enough power to hit the ball at the ballpark. So what he did was in his stance, he was a little more open, a lot more open. You can see this year he's closed up. Could you bring the board up where it looks at his stance and what he's doing? I mean, you could see it pretty glaringly right here. So right-handed stance. This is 2025.
Yeah,
look how open he was.
Closed up and gotten wider.
Closed up a lot, got a little wider. Exactly. So I think you're going to see why he did this in a second. So now you can run it back to what he's doing. So you see right here, open, closed. Now go ahead and run this, and let's get to the big thing that he's really doing. You'll see. I'll show you this in a second. But the biggest thing here was, hey, man, try to keep your head still, put the ball in play, use your speed, which is nice, but not when you have an electric player like this that could dominate you on both sides of the ball. So what they do this year, they said, hey, listen, we'd like you to close off a little bit like in 26, and then let's get back to the leg kick. Now let's rewind this. Let's get back to the leg kick that you've done your whole career. Now pause this really quick because I want to make a point. I think this is going to be the best of Elly De La Cruz. Why? Because last year when he was in the toe tap a little wider and he was kind of just going, putting the ball in play, and I think what he learned, less chase, less strikeouts, started to learn the strike zone more. Then all of a sudden at the end of last year, about September 15th, he saw a video one day and he's like, man, that leg kick. I think I might want to get back to that and get my athleticism into the game. So run this really quick, and I'll show you what he was doing 25. See the toe tap, straightforward, kind of nothing really, losing his backside maybe a little bit. Go back to the leg kick right now. I'll show about the athleticism. What do you think, D-Ro?
Just get me to the point of contact on both of them. I mean, you're just putting, Rudy Jaramillo used to say this all the time, right? Some guys can stand wide. There's different strokes for different folks. I watch Albert Pujols be one of the greatest hitters this game will ever see, standing wide.
Right.
But you can't deny that he's in a way more powerful position with his body up under him.
Right.
Look at his base up under him instead of being a little bit more spread out. Rudy Jaramillo used to say you can have a two-strike approach, but the guys who spread out and say I'm not going to move or not create any rhythm, you're just kind of putting a Band-Aid on something you're doing mechanically wrong.
Yeah.
You should be able to get in this position.
And you said it best, rhythm and timing.
Yeah.
Rhythm and timing. Can you run it back again, please? I really believe, too, in what you're saying,
D-Ro. That's nasty.
So look at this. Now, what he's doing here that he does so well, holding this backside a little bit better, right? Holds this backside a little bit better.
He's not even engaging that back hip here.
He's kind of stepping off the backside. Here he's loading the backside, and I really believe this. If you're a big guy like Elly De La Cruz, and you're 6'4", 6'5", lanky like he is, listen, be an athlete.
Yes.
You're the best athlete in the league, and I believe as a hitter, if I'm taller and I can get tall to this point, now I create leverage. If I'm widespread here and I just step, toe tap, I kind of lose my athleticism a little bit. So I think he's being more athletic this year with his leg kick and his stand. But run it again. Boom. Stop. Pause right there. You see right here what we talked about.
You're overextended, right? You just think about it if you're going to punch, you go to the carnival and those people come running up and punch that.
Yeah, and fall over.
Yeah. Are you going to punch it wide-based and have nothing behind you? Or are you going to get into your back hip and
well, you can't punch people. You just can't punch people.
You know what I'm saying. You think the visual.
Oh. So go ahead and run this through. But you guys can see glaringly what he's doing different in 26 than what he was doing in 25. But
this is the separator.
This is the separator right here. You're looking at a guy this year, last year against as a right-hander, he didn't hit the lefties too well. We're going to show you a board in a second, but this year he is. This year he already has 6 home runs, I believe, against righties. So look at this right here. This is very telling, these splits, and this is great news for Reds fans.
Look at that, 230 to 323.
And look at the hard hit rate. Almost 60% hard hit rate.
And going oppo.
Yes, dude.
And then he hit right-handed off the pitcher last night who threw right-handed, which I thought was interesting.
I kind of like
it. Like he didn't want to screw his left-handed swing up.
But the biggest thing, man, when you talk about it makes me think of O'Neal Cruz, too, out there in Pittsburgh, kind of starting to hit left-handed pitching, too. But if this keeps up, and he continues to hit from the right side the way he's
Sal Stewart mixed in, and Eugenio gets hot, and Hunter Green comes back.
Watch out.